Yes, sir. It's me. We're gonna be doing a series at the shop every Friday, doing a profile on the different people in the shop and the things that we're working on and that we created. This first one, I'm just gonna give an overview for those who are following me on this journey of how I even got here and why we're even here, and then there'll be some other videos after this of specifically Cy and Wiesel who are here currently sewing right now. So here we go. I'll just start with my first pair of jeans. This is the rack. This is one of the racks of stuff we're working on in the factory right now. We'll go over that. All right. My first pair of jeans. I got this fabric. Dang. I got this fabric from the Goodwill. I got this fabric from Goodwill too. Like it was like some napkins or something. Yeah, it was like napkins. Dang, I even overlocked, bruh. Um, oh, I put a secret pocket inside. I don't know why I needed that. I couldn't even meet this. This wasn't straight. The insides. I thought I was sick because I did green. Dang. All right. Anyways, y'all. All right. So this is my first pair of jeans that I ever made. I made this pair when I was 21 years old. Today I'm 38. Did it? I started the first. The, my birthday's October 12th, so I sold my first pair of jeans October 13th, 17 years ago, whatever that is, 2007. Um, yeah, and that's what I did. I sold jeans because everybody said it was hard to do, and everybody was printing t-shirts, and their skateboards. And I thought, what's the other necessity that people wear every day? And then I just said jeans. Um, yeah, and then I just took apart a pair of Urban Outfitter jeans that accidentally fell into my bag that day, and I took them apart, and then I just put them back together and sat in this little room. Oh, how did I get the sewing machines? I was working at the YMCA and saving my money. Um, and then one day I was biking down Minna Alley, and I see a bunch of sewing machines. Literally, like I made a decision to start sewing jeans. I didn't know how I was gonna do it, but then I didn't know this whole time where I was living that the only sewing machine supply spot was half a block away from my house. I could see it out of my window. So I thought that was crazy. Then I didn't know the whole time the biggest fabric store was a block and a half away. So within a 2 block radius, I had the number one sewing supply store and the biggest fabric store. It was like it was meant to be. So I would go in there and ask questions. That was my school. That's how I treated it. Like I treated that like a school. I would go in there even on days I had no money and buy like 10-cent chalk, just so I could ask a question and they know my face. Um, and because there was no place to learn, and it was always just like Betty's and Susie's and those type of sewing things. Even when you think about sewing, you don't think about people that look like me and you. Um, I took one sewing class. All the ladies in that class said, "Don't sew jeans," and made me want to sew it more. I tried a class at City College. In 10 minutes of the class, I raised my hand and said, "Are we going to be sewing pants?" They said no. I walked out of that class. Back to the bike ride. This alley, literally, I couldn't bike past the alley because it was full of industrial sewing machines. Never saw one in my life. And then I walked up to the dude and I said, "Hey, I got $1,100 saved. Can I buy one?" He laughed at me, took me to the side and said, "What are you trying to do?" I said, "Make jeans." And he went to his homies and said, looked at his machines, and he said, "I'll give you these four industrial sewing machines: a buttonhole, a double needle, overlock, and single needle." And he gave me four of those machines, sold me four of those for $600, and delivered it to my house. Dude had the same birthday as me. Um, and then that's how I got my machines. It just happened. It was on Minna and Julia Alley. And then I would save my money and have the repairman come over to the house constantly, and that would be my sewing teacher. And I would take questions and write notes and just watch how he fixed the machine. Sometimes I would even break the machine on purpose just so he can come over and teach me how to fix that thing. Um, And so I sat in my room for 3 days, sewed a pair of jeans, and then I sewed another one, and I'll share like sequentially each jean that I have made over the years. um, on my third pair of jeans, I would go sit in the middle of Union Square and try to get all the energy of the tourists and the commerce and businesses and stuff and draw my jeans. I was in school too. I was in college. Someone from college yesterday, that's crazy. Someone from college yesterday, he told me that I got into an argument with my entrepreneurship teacher in class. Yeah. And he was like, "You don't remember that?" And he said, "Nah, because the homework assignment was do market research on another brand." And I said, why would I, on another business? Why would I do that when I'm running a business right now? And she was like, "Nah, you have to do it or something." He said, I was yelling about this very thing. Um, and he said it was crazy to see that I actually made it happen. And that was in college. So I remember in college class, I would treat every class. Oh shit! I remember I called every class a different part of the gene. So astronomy was like backs, entrepreneurship was back pockets. So every class was a different part of the gene, and I would just be drawing genes all the time. I don't remember if I had machines yet. I don't remember how the order goes. But then I made my third pair of jeans, Union Square. I would go to Levi's. The first time I was nervous to go to Levi's, but then I walked into the customization section. Dude looked just like me, said, was the manager of the customization, said, "You made those?" Boom. I'm working at Levi's the next day doing rhinestones, heat press, silk screen, embroidery, dyeing, abrasions, hems, repairs, and alterations. The same things we do today. They closed that section down. Um, and then I worked at Levi's, and then I got an opportunity through the only internship I had, homeroom. This dude was making hoodies, and he got Kanye and Lupe in the hoodies. They were reversible hoodies, full zipper, so it was like that bathing ape phase, but except his were reversible. Yeah, and it was crazy. And he introduced me to some people. A Self Edge, a jean store, just started opening. They needed help with hems and repairs. I helped set that up. Uh, Shout out to Doc Pop. And they asked me if I knew how to darn. I lied and said yeah. Um, and I started darning. And then somehow, somewhere in between, I worked at a factory. I was on Craigslist looking for a job, and there was this factory, and they would train. You had to know how to sew, but they would train you to be better and paid you. I worked 8-hour, 9-hour shifts. My back hurt. I was reading Marx, just thinking about society. There was only 3 males in the whole facility, one from Mexico, one from San Francisco, and then myself. And the rest were women. Lunchtime was lit. One of those guys is my mentor today, Stephen Hurd. Um, yeah, he means everything to me. And I made him my mentor, and he's taught me a lot about life, more than jeans, and I work with him to this day. Worked at a factory. I remember biking up a hill when I would bike and I would chase the sun every day. So if the sun was blocked, I go left or I go right and just follow the sun. And then one day I ended up on this hill on Kansas and 18th and Potrero Hill. And I would have this notebook and I wrote just stream of consciousness. And that was the day it clicked, education and jeans. And it was by this little farm, but it was like a landfill at the time. Now it's a farm that feeds like a lot of the neighborhood. And I think it's the same parallel for Holy Stitch. And then it just clicked. I decided at 17 when I moved to San Francisco, I would never work a job that wasn't fulfilling. So that's why I always worked with youth, just in lieu of my own childhood and to reciprocate what I didn't get. Yeah, I was doing graffiti. Then something broke inside. Oh, now I got trouble for graffiti. Oh, yeah. And then, oh, snap. I got in trouble for graffiti. That's a whole nother story. And then I took a nap during the day, which I never do. I woke up at 10:37 a.m. and my spirit said, "Learn how to sew." That's what happened. And then I said, "That's stupid." And I called my mom. And then I said, "Mom, my spirit told me to learn how to sew." She said, "Oh, that's funny. I used to do that in Japan." And then, that's okay. It's okay. And it might be Amazon. Holy Stitch. Holy Stitch.
Hello?
Yeah.
Is this Marshall from Project Pit? I'm looking for Julian.
Yeah, what's good?
What up, man? Are you guys ETPL certified?
I don't even know what that is.
All right, so it's the portal that they got to use to pay you.
Just send me the link. Just send me the link or whatever. I got it, so I register and sign up and blah blah blah.
Text it to this number.
Yeah. Just text it to it. Then I'll text it myself because I'm yeah. Just do that. Just text it right now. Text it right now.
All right.
All right. And then my mom said she was doing the same thing in Japan with a little bit of photo shoot styling, everything that I do today. She did, she said she stopped because she had me. So I said I promised to do it for you, and that's what made me want to sew jeans. I customized a pair of jeans in high school for prom with blue tape and bleach and stuff. Um, yeah, and so now today I'm here in my shop, which is a factory, a school, alterations, repairs, retail, customization. The fuck? And yeah, and I guess if there was a message to this video, I wouldn't even say, I don't know how to explain it, but everybody wants to be something. So why don't you just be it? And what happened if you never like saw an idea other than the ideas in your own brain and heart? Would you be doing what you're doing? And people always tell me to slow down, but if you love what you do every single day, like you're doing everything that you freaking love, that was a dream. Would you slow down and not? I don't get it. So yeah, that's how I got into jeans. And then I guess a part of the story is what luggage store gallery. Luggage store gallery is a significant part into even why we're enamored with street art, and certain graphics are even thought of to be on T-shirts and just in general for short form. Luggage store gallery is one of my favorite galleries in the world. I used to go inside and tag on it. I'm on the same block as them today. They're like a second family to me. I walk up this thing and I thought I got caught tagging in the stairwell, but the mom says, "Hey, are you good at math?" She doesn't say hi. She said, "Hey, are you good at math?" I said, "Yeah, I'm a math tutor actually." And she says, "Oh, you're going to tutor my son tomorrow." Next thing I know, I'm in this house full of all the artists' art that I ever dreamed of, teaching this kid math. And he don't want to do nothing but freestyle. So we just freestyling. I'm like his big bro. That's Yarrow. That's Yarrow. That's where Yarrow comes from. That's his jacket, the red jacket. Yeah, I was his math tutor, and yeah, um, that. And then they always doing murals and activating San Francisco. So San Francisco was in the same position as it's in now because it's cyclical, might be by design, and they were activating storefronts. And so they said, "Julian, you want to put some art on the window?" I said, "Can I do a live installation?" He said, "Oh, what?" And so I said, "Let me just sew in the window." And then I sewed in the window. And then I started creeping back each day in this space, just creeping back little by little, respectfully creeping back until I just had the whole spot. And then I'll have all the students I was already teaching, and the city picked up on it. And then so I got to hold that space for a couple months. And then that was 986 Market, and I got 1100 Market, which was a coffee shop. Shout out to Shannon, art, a art store, a plant store, and a sewing store in 110 square feet. I did that, and then I secured a lease on 42 Turk. Throughout that duration, I was able to get my things on very prestigious people, not like royalty, but more politically inclined, nationally, citywide. Definitely had my foray with many, um, so what do you call it, blue chip companies, top tier tech companies, celebrities, all that type of stuff, to the point where I'm at now that I'm totally, I wouldn't say upset at the system, but there isn't a factory um, with streetwear and stuff like that. Streetwear is going to be probably looked at as like a movement and an occupation of freedom. through like graphics and clothing and stuff like that. Probably when just look back at it. But the people that really reside in that and own the businesses and the infrastructure to make it happen don't look like me and you. It's it's duh. Like it's not gonna be for us. We're just the consumers thinking that we're turning into businesses, just feeding the bigger machine. And I won't go into that. But I know that there's not a factory that listens to the same music as you, thinks like you, talks like you. And you can't speak like F the system and revolution when you're still feeding the quote unquote enemy dollars just to come up for your own self and your brand, let alone you're wearing someone else's name, spending dead people's, you know what I'm saying? Like someone else's name is in your pocket and you don't wear your own name. You rather wear Louis Vuitton than your mom's name. Shit is crazy. Um, so yeah, so this is my subversive way of saying F the system, to help younger people, specifically young men who might have been in the same situation, have no mentorship, lack of father, just guidance. What place do they go to today that they can express themselves, find other like minds, and do something positive? Ain't nothing cool in society helps you. But by the means of clothing, I have over the years seen young men and people get empowered, confident, and gain skill and jobs through the sewing machine. So I guess that's why I sew. I don't even know. Anyways, if you made it this far, I'm gonna show you this rack of stuff. And so I showed you my first jean, and I'll show you the latest jean. These are the latest jeans. These are the insides of them. I don't know if you see them. If not, whatever. I don't really, yeah. They represent and they tell a story. Each gene is a different color, just like us. I put them out inside out, but each gene is a different color. I formally don't believe in race and only class because race is a winner and a loser, and class, you're bound to learn something. And inflation's beating everybody up, especially Bill Gates, I'm sure. Each one's a different color, just like people. But the insides, you would never know how crazy or what's going on inside of them, just like a human. But who are you to judge a person from the outside? So that's why I made those jeans. Yeah. And here's a rack of all the stuff we're working on right now. I guess I'll show it like this. This is for a store called Tilted Brim. Took some Ben Davis. Justin and I designed that. Aaliyah, our seamstress, on the other side is sewing them up. I'm so proud to have her, be able to help her and her family in many ways. Shit is like the best feeling ever. Let's see, I got this shirt I'm about to work on. One of my favorite brands in the shop. This is Sai's brand. He'll go on about it and what it means and whatnot. He screened this himself. Every garment here is a classroom. It's kind of corny in the game of streetwear to say that, but it's real. Let's see something else. Like this one. This one's a classroom. This is the Kanye shirt that people whatever over. Through this shirt, we learned the embroidery machine. We learned how to put pearls on. And Sai even learned and made his own t-shirt just by having this one thing in the shop. A whole classroom. And I'll just show another piece. Let's go. This one's kind of fun and cute. This is Levi's jacket. Shout out to Levi's for no reason at all. But that's another piece that we're working on, different things. Inside of the shop here, you're able to buy anything as is, or you can customize it. Kind of like a tattoo shop where you, instead of putting it on your body, it goes on the fabric of the clothing, but still on your body. Or like an ice cream parlor where you get the base ice cream and choose your toppings. All right, well, if you made it this far, that's hella intriguing. I'll probably do this every Friday. Okay, peace.